I'm Francis Buckley, and welcome to Studio Rescue. Now what I do is I rescue the home recording enthusiast. You know, the person who spent their hard-earned money on recording equipment, bring it home, set it up in a room, and just can't seem to get the results that they're after. Well, most of the time, the problem is they don't have the stuff set up in the room correctly. So what I do is I help them set the room up correctly, get everything hooked up so that then they can get the most out of their creative time. Now, I got a message from a young man in East LA who's having a similar problem, got his gear set up in the room and just can't get the results that he's after. And I guarantee you that most of his problem is it's just not set up right. So let's go see if we can help him out. From a quick survey of the room, I don't think we're going to have too many problems in here. It's a big room. It's not, one of your little, typical type small bedrooms. This is a pretty good sized room. The very first thing we have to do for setup is we have to place the speakers. Okay, because speaker placement is the most important. You have to find the optimal spot in the room for the speakers, and then everything else that you put in the room has to revolve around that. Okay, so speaker placement is the most important. And just from taking a quick look around the room, what I'm seeing is the wall back over here is probably going to be the best place, because that's going to give us the most room to, we can move the bed this way maybe and take your dresser and put it over on that wall and then get you set up. It's going to give you a little more elbow room, because it looks to me like you're pretty cramped in over here, yeah. So I don't think we got anything in here that isn't insurmountable. You got a nice looking setup here. So, it's going to take a little bit to move some stuff around, but hey, let's get to it, man. It's awesome. What we do. Okay, buddy.
Cool.
There it is.
I can't believe all my stuff is in this space like this.
Yep. Well, it was just a matter of getting it out here, giving it some space so that it's got some room for the sound to work.
Yeah.
And it's basically everything that you had all set up here. We've just taken it out of the closet and given it some room. So it's fired up and ready.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Well, okay. But we've got a couple more things to do. I know you're excited, you're ready to get back to work. Okay? But there's still a couple more things we need to do. The main thing is we need to get our speakers set. Now we are centered, okay? But remember I said speaker placement is the most important. So we started by putting our speakers here and deciding where we wanted them to go. But we've got to get them exactly placed, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little tape measure here. Okay, now this is where you want to get really exact, where you got to make sure that your speakers are the same distance from the wall, okay? Now, once they're both the same distance from the wall, you want to, when you're sitting in your space, you want to turn your chair so you're pointing at the speaker. And this speaker, you should be looking right down the barrel of these things. Okay, so now that we have the speakers pointing towards you, we want to make sure that we've got, with our tape measure, we're going to measure from the center of the cone to the center of the cone. And we're going to bring it back out, and that's your sweet spot. Okay, you need to be it's got to be an equal triangle. All three distances have to be equal. Now this is the comfortable, the right spot in there. You actually might slide in a little bit because it was like right in front of you, and it really needs to be with your ears. So you can roll in just about an inch, okay? And now you've got this, or you can pull this out a little bit to get comfortable to work, okay? So this would be your setup. We just have one more thing that we need to do. We need to do the acoustic treatment. Okay, and our very good friends at Vicoustics have provided us with the acoustic material. So let me show you what we got here. Okay? We've got your bass traps. Okay, your bass traps go in the corner like this. We've got a couple of them here. Okay? Your bass traps are going to go in the corner thusly. Okay? Now, bass energy has a tendency to travel along the walls and build up in corners, and that's why we put our bass traps in the corner. Okay, you can raise these things up a little bit higher, but I think where they are now seems to be a good spot, because they're good in with your speakers. Okay, and then the next thing we have, wall panels. Okay, now I'm going to put one up here. Okay, I'm going to put one probably on the other side of the big screen, right? And as long as you have the rug on the floor, you wouldn't need any up on the ceiling. But if you were going to take the rug, which you're probably not, you're probably going to leave the rug there, okay, then we're good. So these things, they're just held up with Velcro. They're very light, okay? And these Velcro pads just go on here, just like that. And all that really is doing is, because this room isn't that lively, you've got your bed in here, you've got the carpet on the floor, it's not that lively. All we're trying to do is break up. You have an initial wave that's coming off of this speaker and coming and it's hitting here, okay? It's going to be hitting this too. I might, if you're going to leave the keyboard here, I would take that down because that's going to cause a little reflection, okay? And then the other one we're going to put behind the plant over here. And finally, the last thing we want to do for you is from Rode Microphone, we want to give you this NT2A large cap condenser microphone.
Oh, nice.
This is one of my favorite microphones, man. I use it on so much stuff, drums, vocals, guitars, anything you can imagine. It's a great, great microphone. Really solid microphone. It's got the 3 different polar patterns. It's got the 2 different roll-offs and the 2 different pads on it for whatever situation you may find yourself recording. It's a great, great microphone. Okay, and it's got this cool little built-in windscreen. Goes up like this. And there's one more thing that goes with it. We have this little panel that goes on here from our friends at Vicoustics, and it goes right down on top of there like that and forms a nice little vocal booth. Keeps down reflections that might be coming in from in the back of the microphone, and it's a great little thing for home recording because it really takes a lot of that background noises and stuff out. Does a really great job. And you're set, man.
Francis,
Enjoy your new
awesome.
room, man. Enjoy your
Thank
new
you.
room.
Oh
You know?
my goodness.
Make some great music.
I'm your flesh and bones, bound to cold, blood and tears, particle of love. I am your ever-growing follicle that's often too methodical above.
Wow, that was pretty dramatic. I think we really helped Javon out a lot. And I know that his production values are going to increase because now his equipment isn't fighting him. It's contributing to his creative time.
But I'm better than the backseat. Put me on a plate to be slowly savored.
Okay, I want to give a big thanks to Javon for letting us come out and rescue his home studio. We had a lot of fun, and I'm sure that he's a lot happier camper today than he was yesterday. And thanks to Vicoustics for providing us with the acoustic material, and of course, Rode Microphone for the beautiful mic that they gave to Javon. And I can guarantee that that mic is going to make a big difference in Javon's production. I'm Francis Buckley. We'll see you again on Studio Rescue. And if your studio's in need of a rescue, just log on to rodemic.com/studio rescue and we'll see what we can do for you.